What's going on, everybody? SimCity Part 21. Glad to have everyone back. Starting off here in Profitville. As we've had in our previous episodes, we are profiting. Actually, you know what? We are up over 1,000,000 simoleons, which means we could kind of think about our arcology. I know in the previous episodes I've spoken about it, and I think we're going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that one because, you know, this city, for the most part, I mean, we're coming along very nicely, and that Arcology Great Works would definitely do us some good here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and, of course, we're going to work on the city, but I'm going to get into some comments here that you all have posted on my most previous video. Hope you guys like the new intro that I put together. Some help of somebody that I've known for a while, so I'm glad everyone's liking that. Let me just get to a couple comments here. Chester writes, a lot of people are saying Update 9 is a failed update and now all cities are unplayable and cities are locked in a rollback loop. Did you get this bug? Well, Chester, I don't know if it's a bug or not, but I just know with any updates that I've realized, a lot of these updates take a new city in order to really take effect, if that makes any sense. Meaning, once these updates come out, if you've got cities that have kind of been going along, like this one, for example, it's really difficult to tell the differences through the updates with a previously built city. I know with the casino update in the I don't know if that was update 7 or 8, where they kind of fixed the casinos. I actually had a casino city going on at that time, and I wasn't noticing any differences. It was the same until I either demolished all the casinos that I had and rebuilt, or just started a new city. So I'm thinking that's what's going on here. Those updates, they are in effect, but with previous cities being built up like this one, I don't think we're going to notice much of a difference. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to start over right now. You know, I mean, we're too far along. We've made it this far. But now, if you look at my profits, for example, I mean, I was just up positive, and now I'm in the dumps here. And a lot of that is fault of the mega towers. You know, sometimes the profits, if I keep the screen up, are up over 20, 30,000 an hour, and now it's just dipped down to, you know, 18. And I think day and night has a lot to do with that. I don't know the innards of it, but hope that answers your question. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into some stuff. Some of you also wanted this Omega Co factory, or maybe even both of these now, demolished, because they're actually, the way the wind's blowing in this city, it's actually blowing right towards this mega tower, and it's kind of causing sickness. Right now I think we're doing okay, but definitely had some suggestions on moving that, and we can move it. I just don't know where. I was thinking maybe over here. This might not be the worst spot. At least the smog will blow out this way, you know what I mean? Let's put one down. Will it fit over here? Why won't it fit over here? Oh, I have a ground scrubber. Oh yeah, ground scrubbers. Check this out, guys. Look at our city. Those ground scrubbers doing work. I mean, aside from over here where we don't even have one, I mean, look. I mean, this place is, like, clean. Everywhere. I mean, I'm really impressed with that. I mean, that is just awesome. So, I mean, aside from over here where I don't even have one, the ground scrubber is really doing its job, so kudos to that. And I don't really notice too much of an increase in air pollution, but I did research, I hopped over to the other city, I did research the, where is it at here? Mark II air scrubber crown. And this actually pulls a lot of the air pollution out and creates rain clouds, which kind of increases the water tables out and around your mega tower. So I thought that was pretty cool. We've got our water pumps over here too, so I'm thinking it might not be a bad idea, or even this one here, because check out our water tables. They are in the dumps. Look at that. And just FYI, these sewage sanitizers, they don't pump that much water, and I don't know if it's something I'm doing. I mean, this one's doing okay, but for the most part, I mean, it does filter out the, you know, the waste, but the water part of it doesn't really do that great. Had some suggestions where you guys thought I should put the water pumps down here by the water, kind of because the water tables refill themselves, and I really want to do that. Because this is not working here. And plus, this is kind of prime time real estate. I'm thinking we can maybe move it out here somewhere. get rid of that whole um, water pumping station out over there. Thinking right here would be okay, because we're right here on the water table. Because a lot of these aren't even working over here. I mean, this is just a complete and utter waste. Let's get rid of this. We're getting a lot of not enough Omega messages. That's why I want to be careful here with taking out these factories, because we're already getting the messages. If I go ahead and, you know, start pulling them out. Pump is running dry. Pump is running dry. That one has actually physically ran dry. Oops, that one's still pumping water. That one's still pumping. What about these? Good, good, good. Alright, so let's see here. Ground scrubber. Let me see here. Kind of want to move that a little bit. Maybe we can move it down over here. If I built, let's say, a road. Let's get really crazy. Let's build a road. Like down. Because you need, of course, something to attach to it. And we're going to take this out. And let me see if... Okay. Yeah, if you, for example, put down a ground scrubber. Let's say I put a ground scrubber down here. And it's just kind of starting to, you know, clean up the area. And then you demolish it. Well, actually, you see, it did release a little bit more back down. I was wondering about that. If you read the little description here, warning, bulldozing a polluted scrubber releases pollution back into the ground. So, I mean, that wasn't too bad, right? I mean, it's right by the water pumping station, but we can always lay down a filtration pump. What I was getting at is if, for example, I put this down here and it starts to kind of clean up the area and I demolish it, it's kind of going to go back to what it was. So we got to be careful for that. But let's see if we can clean that area up a little bit. And we can always add a filtration pump. Let's put that right there. All right, cool. Now we're up over 100,000, or excuse me, 100 extra water an hour, or whatever they call it, milliliters. Okay, so everything's looking nice and clean. What I was kind of wanting to do is check our money. It's kind of holding steady. Let's increase these up a little bit. I really wanted to get that Arcology put in place for this episode, but it's tough to kind of get that money up with the way the Omega factories are and how they're all kind of needing more oil and needing more ore and whatnot. This factory is doing probably the best out of all of them with the drones and what have you. Let's see. I'm really agreeing with you guys as far as moving this thing, because I mean this smog is blowing right into their face and it's really causing issues. I know initially I said I wanted the whole area down here to be the Omega District, and I still do. The problem is, well, the pipeline that we laid down, this whole area over here is completely soaked up. There's no, if you look here, like, I don't know, how can we, I don't know what map we need to lay down, but this area right here, of course, was plentiful in both ore and oil, is now rather soaked up. So the pipeline, though, at the beginning was doing really great, is not really doing much of anything anymore. You see, like, this is all soaked up. I mean, there's nothing left. So this is kind of moot. So we could probably get rid of the pipeline on that end. And we've got some resources left over here. So, you know, it's tough, you know. I mean, there's only so many resources. I'm wondering if it's almost better to just import the stuff, you know. I mean, it costs money, but you're profiting on the Omega, so, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you're buying into it. So at the same time, I kind of thinking maybe just import some of this stuff, because we're running low on resources in general. I mean, the oil well is not doing as well as it was. The ore mine's doing okay. That's kind of harder to pull out of the ground, but like this factory, now I'm gonna have to turn this on here so the Beetle pad can import some oil just so the thing can work, you know. And that's why we're getting a lot of abandons, because there's not enough Omega. You know, it's just like kind of like an endless cycle. So you got to keep your eye on almost anything. It's you know, it's quite demanding, if you will. What else did I want to do? This area up here, we kind of got some wasted space over here, so I wanted to to maybe add like a road out here. We can add some more homes. We can at least try. And what else? What else? Education, low skill. Well, we got our upgraded community college. What's going on? Education problem. Wow. Probably could use a university. That costs a lot, though. So yeah, here you go. Here's crude oil shipments. They're all flowing through to this Omega factory here. And now we're up and running again. I kind of shut that off while we're at such a surplus. And then let our own in-house oil and whatnot kind of fill them up. What was I going to do here? Having a brain fart, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get this money maybe up to like 1.1, 1.2 before I start going crazy with the Arcology, but our recycling center, that's what I was going to say. For those of you that suggested putting down the recycling center, I mean, great suggestion. The Omega, and if I flip over to this map here, where are we at? The Omega end of it does produce far more recyclables. So like here, you can't really tell because a lot of it's been picked up. But once everything kind of gets picked up and then the new day starts, I mean, even these mega towers, I mean, 154 bins, 203 bins, the mega towers, and this here, see, look, this is a big factory here. Like, owned and operated by OmegaCo, and we've got more recyclables than we do even trash. OmegaCo factories also produce recyclables, so, I mean, definitely recommend, if you guys are doing an OmegaCo city, lay down that recycling center. I mean, it's definitely helping out. For right now, I've got these two little trade depots where I'm just exporting, just trying to pocket some extra cash for now until I go all in on the Arcology, in which I will start shipping it over there. But for right now, I'm just kind of sending it out. I don't really even see... Oh, yeah, there we go. Metal, alloy. So I'm making a little bit of money. Metal alloy there. So, yeah. So I'm profiting a little bit. And highly recommended. Highly recommended. Great suggestion there. Let me see if I can find another little post here. Let's see. You should delete the... All right, Carlos Lopez writes, you should delete the rail track so you can connect the street by the recycling center. Yeah, I agree. Initially, I wanted to go ahead and put a... if you guys watched my earlier episodes here, I wanted to actually put a trade depot out here. But with the way the Beetle pads work and whatnot, I don't even think it's really necessary. So I agree. I was thinking about doing it last episode and it just skipped my mind. So I agree. We're going to go and take this down. One thing that we are going to do, though, is we're going to add a passenger train station. I'm not sure where, but maybe down over here somewhere I think would probably be the best shot. Can we maybe put one over here? But yeah, I definitely agree with that comment. And let's try to find a spot for our passenger train station, because that's only going to help us. Can we maybe fit it over here? Let's see. Let's be real creative, people. Let's be real creative. Where's my trains at? Okay. Okay, so we can definitely fit it over here. Right? Oh, wow. We can put it right down here. I'm liking that. And then we can just kind of connect it. Nice out of the way. Wow, you can't even get a bus or anything in there. That's fine. Let's see here. I was gonna say that's gonna take out my. I guess that's okay for now. And let's add a bus stop in here. Bus stop. And a park and ride. Beautiful. I don't know if we need both, but hey, more the merrier. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this train tracks back a little bit more, because we don't need all this rail out here. Yeah, I mean, that was my initial thought, but it's not really needed. that trade depot, so that's going to save us a lot. And let's go ahead and connect these roads up. Help the traffic situation out. Yeah, it looks a lot better now anyway. Perfect. All right. So we're making money here. Thinking we can probably put in... I just don't want to do it too quickly. Just the way the money fluctuation is. I don't want to go ahead and do it and then us be bankrupt. I mean, we have our loans I guess we could take out. So let's do it. Let's go crazy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and forth with the building of the Arcology. Usually takes a little bit of time before it kind of gets off the ground. First, of course, we'll focus on the metal and the alloy end of it. We'll get that knocked out, and then we'll slide over to the processors, which with the recyclables, I mean, we're producing plenty. I mean, we're not going to have any issues there. We can also put another wing on here for plastic. I think plastic and alloy are the two things that you need for processors, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Power, even before starting this episode, we were actually, like, this is straight up me purchasing power from the neighboring city. So we're literally, like, need help. Easiest way of putting it, we need help. I was thinking about, you know, clearing out these nodes here and putting on one of those insanity nodes or fusion crazy reactor 500,000, 12,800 an hour nodes. But I'm just trying to be careful with my money. I mean we're profiting, but even if we get rid of all these nodes here, what are these even costing per hour? 14, 14, 14. Even if we get rid of all those and put one of those other ones on there, we're still like just out of control in the negative. So I was almost thinking about adding a whole nother fusion plant somewhere else. Some of you actually suggest adding the wave plant, and we can add the wave plant. The thing is about this is it really doesn't produce that much. You know what I mean? Just for the amount of power that we're using in this city, these wave plants, I mean, I had one in the other city, and even with all the turbines, it just doesn't really... They have that advanced wave generator, which does produce a little bit more. But I mean, right now we're kind of okay with it, so I mean, I'll keep my eye on it, but I don't know if we should really go through that wave, and it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't do very much for these big type cities here with all these mega towers and stuff like that. You need so much more than it's going to even generate, so it's kind of a waste. Alright, traffic building up a little bit. I want to move these Omega factories. If I put it here, I think we're going to have the same problem. So maybe if we put it down just over here, just in general. I mean, not so close to the water, of course. Just went down that route. If we put it like here, maybe. If we put like a plant or two here, and then we actually have got some resources over here, so let's try that. Are we okay on money? Yeah, we're okay. Or is okay for a new Omega Co factory. So if I put it, let's say, let's put it close over here. If I put it here, let's say, right? And then we'll let that kind of come up, but we've got some resources out over here. You know what I mean? So we can take advantage of that. This here out here, as I touched on, is almost set for destruction or demolish, I should say, because it's costing me money and it's not doing anything anymore. So let's see, can we add? I don't want to lock ourselves in over here. So if I draw another road here, how can we do this? Like, can I get a grid for that? What I want to do is, when I expand this, I'm going to put all the Omega expansions here. Okay, so, and I want to, seeing as how you can't go in and over and under roads, I want to maybe put these back to back, so the one pipeline can connect both of them. with trying to do that. Just trying to see. Here we go. This is what I wanted. And we can even connect this road. We can go really, really crazy over here. If it lets me. Good enough. And we can maybe get rid of this, and then maybe make a little nice. This little roundabout over here, help with traffic. Nobody has to make a stop. We can just keep going. And then add another factory over here. Let's just take out one of these, just to, for my own peace of mind. See, what I was saying is, hopefully that gives enough. If not, we'll have to move it. Yeah, I know you need oil. I know. We're getting there, buddy. See, that might be too close. We'll see. So now, with fully out, you know, expanding this out, or even let's just do a couple. I'll just put 2, and just do 2 over here. Oops, messed that one up. Saving space is what it's all about. Alright, now we can add a pipeline in. Ooh, look at that. Fancy. Well, now I can't. Oh, I can. Well, that. Oh, let's see if that'll work. Boy, that'll be out of control if that works. And well, I kind of put it on top of where I need. That was probably not the best choice. Sorry, guys. I should have checked that before I started laying this stuff down. We got the other end of the street too. So if I put, say, I put this here, and then maybe another one here. Once those come up and running, let's see if that actually works for both, I should say. It does. Look at that. All right, so we're burning out over here. We need oil. It takes a second, as you remember, and we're burning out over here. It's working. All right. Beautiful. And at least now this is blowing out this way over all this, so that's fine. It's not touching our water. And as a precaution, I want to add a ground scrubber in just in case, because I want to keep our water nice and safe over here. I don't want any issues. And I'm out of money. Seriously? See, I went a little too quick on that Arcology. I know I was going to. I had these all at 11, and I'm listening to Mr. Mustache over here, advisor, telling me I should lower taxes because this and that. Nah, maybe it wasn't the best idea, but all right, we're good. Now we got more Omega coming through. We should. So a lot of these buildings, look, not enough Omega, not enough Omega. This is where our hurt profits are coming in when these buildings just go abandoned immediately. So once those come up again, we should be okay. Trying to keep an eye on my money. But all right, cool. Now, are we getting anywhere in this? All right, nice. So we're actually broke ground here. Arcology construction, beautiful. Looking good. This is actually only going to help us for now, and we won't be so quick to take out these Omega factories because, I mean, they're helping us out with our profits, and I don't want to. We are going to take them out. I definitely agree. Initially, they were destroying those buildings that were over here, and now this building here hasn't really said much lately, but all last episode there was sickness arise and all that, and we had to actually lay down our hospital, so it definitely causes some health issues with that purple smog blowing in their face. And we've got 4,600 riders. So, no, we're back in the green now. You know, I mean, and that's, again, what that fluctuation's all about in the update that they came out with. Not saying that it has to stay steady at, 10,000 an hour or anything like that. We understand. We want fluctuation. We want it to be realistic. But, for night to fall and your profits to go from positive 10,000 simoleons an hour to negative 10,000 simoleons an hour, that's a little extreme. You know what I mean? So, I definitely get the update. As far as it being bugged, I don't know if it's bugged. I know for a fact I would definitely give my honest opinion after I started up a new city and let that new city kind of run out and see, what exactly the update has to offer with the new city being started, that is. With these previously built up cities, they don't take effect as well as you would think. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We've started our construction on our Arcology, and as you can see, this is going to look absolutely awesome once it's done. I built one of these in one of my previous videos back in the day when I first started doing YouTube. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below. But we're going to do this one together, step by step along the way. Shouldn't take that long, especially with the amount of recyclables and the amount of alloy that's being pulled out. Because as you can see, those are 2 of the 3 main ingredients that we're going to need here. TVs being the 3rd, which we'll kind of focus on that in later episodes. But thanks again for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see everyone next time.